So it's Father's Day and moving day all wrapped into one. I have to move. I have a storage unit that's 10 by 15. And the place I'm at doesn't have anything larger, so I have to move to 2 units today. So I got to get all this stuff moved out, and I thought I'd show you what this, what my storage units look like, what this process consists of. So this is the unit. I already moved a little bit of it. There were turntables and a couple of cabinets on this side, but there's more turntables and all kinds of receivers and power amps and what have you. And then I bought too much stuff and I've got more stacked up. That used to be a complete aisle that you could walk through, but no more. Lots of speakers and stuff stacked up, and then that's the center. And then on this side, there's more stuff stacked up. And all these speakers that this used to be an aisle that you could get through. But so because I got too big, now I'm having to move out and get rid of this space. So anyway, there's a bunch of stuff here, and I have a little cart I'll show you in a minute that I'm going to use to move all this stuff. So now I want to have 2 10 by 10 spaces, and like I said, I just did a little bit so far. I have one cart that I'm going to use to move everything from that other unit to these 2 units. And it's kind of be a little bit better because I'm going to try to put all my speakers in this 10 by 10 and put receivers and electronics and parts and all that other miscellaneous stuff in this one. So strictly speakers, and this one for everything else. And we'll see how it goes. It's kind of a good exercise for me though, because I haven't seen some of this stuff in probably over a year. So I'll reacquaint myself with all the projects that I could potentially have in front of me, and what stuff is just got to get rid of. So anyway, we'll go through and I'll show some of the units and what they are, and we'll just kind of do a quick inventory. Starting out with these 3, I have up on top a Gerard 990B. Don't know if this one's ever going to get fixed, because I know it's in bad shape, and hear that's definitely a problem. And it's kind of, the particle board's all falling apart on it too, so not sure what I'm going to do with that one. Below it is a Panasonic RD 3600, which I believe is pretty much a Technics SL23 is what I think that is. Not sure. A lot of these are Land of Misfit toys, so some of these can be fixed, and obviously it looks like this one's not that bad. It should probably be able to be fixed. Yeah, that one's a potential. Needs a lot, but it looks like it's not in that bad a condition. And then down here is an Onkyo, I think it's a CP1000A. Doesn't look too bad. At least one of the big things is the dust cover's not cracked, so the mat moves, so might be able to get that going again. And I put these over here. On top, I have sorry about that, but the SLD202 Techniques. Underneath that needs some work, but can always work on this stuff on the dust cover. Usually comes off. I don't see any cracks on the unit dust cover itself, so definitely salvageable. And this one is a SLQ350. And below that we have a Sony, and that's a PSLX4, and that's in decent shape. I know I can get that cover looking good, and you'll probably get that running. I have to excuse my heavy breathing. This is a workout for me, but anyway, Up top I've got a dual 1254. This is a Philips 222. Actually, it looks like a pretty nice turntable. Don't know much about it. And then Technics SL3200. There, this one, unfortunately, someone drilled a hole. I don't know if you can see that. Drilled a hole in the side of the dust cover. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out some way to make that look better. Up top on this shelf, I've got the let's see, SL220 Techniques. This actually works, I know that. It's got broken hinge covers, so got to get that straightened out. And then a Techniques, what is it, BD, SLBD22. That one actually looks in pretty good shape. I think it's got a broken hinge cover though too. And then I have this Connoisseur. I'm not even sure of the model number in it. Who knows what's going to happen with this? It looks like it's actually pretty nice turntable. It doesn't have the head shell or cartridge or anything, but that may be salvageable because it's in pretty good shape actually. So this is a Yamaha YP-D71. I don't know if I'm going to be able to salvage this one because it's got cracks. They're just stress cracks, but that's really hard to cover up. I'm going to try and do something in a future video to see if I can meld those stress cracks back together. You never know. I'll give it a try. It's a shame because it's a nice turntable. I'll see what I can do to salvage it. Down here is a Techniques Q300. Looks like it's salvageable. Up here is another Techniques SLD20. You can tell I'm biased to Techniques. They just seem to work and work and work. Then underneath it is a Bic 1000. Not sure this dust cover doesn't seem to really work on here right. Not sure if that is supposed to go with it or not. Got that on trade, but it looks like a nice turntable. It's big. I'll see what I can do with it. And then down below it is another Yamaha P550. And that one's in decent shape. Just looks like they need some work here with the, like everything else, with the cartridge and stylus and some buffing up of the dust cover. So let's get some more. This is a dual 1249 without the dust cover. Functioning, but got to figure out what to do. Maybe I can find somebody that would buy it without the dust cover, but that generally doesn't occur. And then next to it is a let's see what this is, Sony PS-X20. So that one looks like it's doable, but missing head shell, cartridge, stylus, and needs some little TLC to make it work. Just ran into another dual 1249 with the dust cover, and I'm fairly certain that this one had the gears stripped inside it, so this one is no bueno. Probably just use it for parts. Another Sony PS LX210. Doesn't look terrible. I don't see stress fractures. I see a lot of scratches on the dust cover. Oh, that looks like acetone or something, but that could probably be sanded out and smoothed out. Techniques SLB303. Unfortunately, it has looks like the broken hinges have been replaced, but there's a big crack on the back of the dust cover. Maybe get someone to overlook that or discount that so I can find a new home. Yet another Techniques SLQ300. Doesn't look in terrible shape. I don't remember. I think I got this with a bunch of Techniques all at one time, so we'll see what happens when I dig this back out. And last from that group is a SL 3300 Techniques. Not sure it needs a new dust cover. There's a big chunk taken out of the back of it. You can see that. You see it from here. Big chunk out of there. So nice unit though. You know, 3300 is a very good unit. So let's see if I can find a donor that has a dust cover that'll work on there. Here I have a pair of JBL L100s. They have that replacement Radio Shack brown foam. I obviously refoamed these, but in this case, there's not a lot of work to do on these. Corners look good. Everything looks good on these guys. And just an example that was kept in really good shape wherever they were kept. Even the grills, the grill frames are in beautiful shape. Over here I've got, I didn't talk about these before, but these are Sansui SP2000s. They're fully functioning, but they're in good shape too. Not the best shape, but fairly decent shape. I got some speakers in the center of the Avid Model 102. Very good speaker. If you like two ways or three ways, the 103 is for three-way lovers. 102s, more like myself, two-way lovers. So, and then above that are some, just got them in a trade, CS510 Pioneers. They got bad mid ranges. Need to refoam those. No big deal. And next to those are the Cerwin Vega DX7s. In very good shape. They've been refoamed, but they don't have any grills. So that's not a big deal either. I'll make some grills for them and they'll be ready to go. And then next to those are these Mitsubishi SS. Sorry, I'll have to come back with the number on that. They're mirror images. I put the tops together. But they got a big 12 on the bottom. I've listened to them. And they sound pretty good. That's why I got them. They were pretty cheap, but they're good speakers. Then I've got some Bose 141s, some Bose 301s, and left over here at the end are Infinity SM 150s. Let's see if I can get that grill off of there. Come on. All right. Infinity SM 150s. Actually not too bad, but they look cheap because they just have all that fake vinyl all over them, and I think one of the drivers is a little cracked over here, but they work. So anyway, on to the next. I wanted to say that these Mitsubishi speakers, they're real, they're veneered with some real wood. Not sure what it is, probably birch or something like that, but like I did with my Yamaha NS 1000s, I'm gonna go ahead and strip that off and see how those look. I have no idea why these, you can see the wood grain on here, and you can see that it's worn through, and that's wood. I don't understand why some of these manufacturers go through the hassle of having real wood on the outside, veneer on the outside, and then painting them black. So I've got some Tannoy powered studio monitors. The power amps are both blown in them, so I'm just going to go ahead and probably just put a traditional crossover in it and just make them passive. A couple of Klipsch subwoofers. If anybody's seen these Mirage SM1s, those are inexpensive, but they sound good. And then next to those in the corner are the Sony MF, I'm not sure, I remember 315 or 350, one or the other. Got those. Those didn't come with grills, so need to make grills for those. Up top of those is some little Infinity, just bookshelves, look like little surround speakers. Up top here, I'm not even going to bring them out, but they were in a box. Got them from a friend of mine, and SSU 310s, obviously, but they need to be refoamed, as a lot of these do. And got a Polk center. Over here, got some Radio Shack. I think they're Minimus 77s. Optimus or Minimus 77 Pro. And then some RCA. They feel exactly like the Radio Shack Realistic, so I'm sure they were cloned from those. And then last but not least are some Polk SDA2s. They're a little rough on the cabinets. The tops have some stains on them. They need to be probably sanded down and re-stained. But they're, you know, not bad. Don't have the interconnect cable, but that's pretty easy to make that. So I'll go ahead and do that. At least they have the grills. Got the grills on there. So, all right, making some progress. Backing up. So far, this is what I got in the speaker room. There's a lot more to go. Continuing on, I've got clips. I believe they're CF2s. That one's upside down. The only problem with these is they're just dirty, and they've got a lot of little scuffs on the edges and stuff. I was going to do something creative with these. Not sure exactly at this point what I'm going to do, but at some point when I'm probably 95, I'll work on them. Then I got these 4412s, JBLs. They have the grills are at my house, so two of the pegs got broken off, so I need to fix those. And then below those are just cabinets for L188s, and the cabinets are in really rough shape. I'm actually thinking about just giving those away. And then I don't know if anybody ever want them. And then these Serwin Vega U123s, the part of the HED line way back when. We have a pair of Klipsch Forte 2s. Need a lot of cabinet work. It was a pretty rough shape. Having trouble getting this grill off, but anyway, I'll take it off and show it in another video. Then I've got a pair of Polk RTA 12s. I've got the toppers, and they're just missing some of those supports. I need to get that fixed, but those are really good sounding speakers. Some more little bookshelf speakers here and there. I've got this pair of Sonys, and these things are old school, but they sound really good. Kind of different, but sound great. They've got cosmetic issues, and I think I can take care of that, of course. But all right, I got the grill off of one of these Fortes, but they're in really nice shape. They needed work, but and they still need work, but they sound amazing. Got two pairs of HPM 100s in terrible shape. You can see need some woofer work. I know the mids are a problem. The super tweeters, this one's missing a knob. The outsides are in horrific shape, but I look at this as something that can really be customized. If somebody is interested in a unique pair at the end, they'll be fully functional, and I'd love to do something unique with these. So anyway, those will be future projects. Got some Polk Monitor 7s working. Need just a little bit of cleanup. And these Celestion Dittons. I know there's another one around here with the grill covers. And then these Polk, I don't even know what they are. They're S something. There's no markings on these to say what they are, but they're towers. Looks like they have a 1-inch dome tweeter and two 8-inch woofers. They're in pretty good shape. Tuners. Bottom, I got a Pioneer. Was that an F101T? Above that is a Denon. TU767. Above that is Marantz. What is this one? TR2242. Those three. And then MCS turntable, MCS / Techniques turntable. It's a 6710, has a stacking spindle on it, and then I've got another Sony, another tuner. That one's an ST JX380. Okay, so a lot of progress so far. Figure this is a little more than midpoint to show how much is gone out of this place. So anyway, I'm gonna keep more speakers for you. I think these are Optimus T100s. That one's upside down. But I think that this woofers have been replaced. I will try to sell them as is, but we'll more than likely get the originals, put them in there. Could be this one that's been replaced. I don't know. Pair of HPM 40s. They're all ready to go. Grills is probably best of this whole group. Infinity RSE need refoaming. Dynaco A35s, I believe. I think they're good. I haven't tried them out yet. L40s, JBL L40s need grill cloth, but they're good to go. Then Serwin Vega VS100s, they look good to go. No, sorry, they need a little foaming. And then Bose 401s, from what I can tell, they're ready to go. Haven't tried them out yet. Okay, so I have a pair of Advent, I guess they call them the original large, or just the large Advent, first version. Missing the woofer because it needs to get foam. The other one needs foaming too, but it's attached to the speaker. And these are a pair of, I believe, Bose 501s in fairly decent shape. And then I missed these. These are some EPI towers. I gotta look them up and see what they are. But they're just recent ones, not like the old EPI. And two more pairs of JBL L100s. These, I have the drivers, but I need to put them back in. They got a little issue with the top. Might have to be re-veneered, but I can do that. All the drivers work. Oh, the other thing is I don't have, I have the grill foam, but not the grill frame. So got to make a pair of those, and those are ready to go. Then I have another pair of L100s up here, and they're even in better shape. And they have the grill frames, and they got this whatever brown insert that JBL put in when the foam rotted. So I have foam for that. Those will be ready to go. So nice shape. They just probably need a little wood restorer on them. And ready to move. Storage unit is starting to get pretty full. I've got an aisle that I can walk all the way around through this thing. And my shoulders barely make it through here. I get through here. All right, got a couple more pieces. And then that's just got this little area to the door, and that's about it. So crammed as much as I could in there, but there's going to be some overflow of speakers into the other unit. Got some more Bose 501s. These are really bad shape, so they're probably going to just be for parts. Rectilinear 3Bs. Sound good, need a little cosmetic work, but they're pretty good speakers. They look kind of weird, but they are good speakers. And then over here I've got JBL 4312B, and I took this on a trade as a single lonesome speaker, and I ended up finding the same cabinet, and I haven't even taken it apart yet. And I've got the drivers, and the cabinet came without any drivers, so need to put those in, and then I'll have a pair of those ready to go. And back here, I forgot about this, was a pair of Klipsch RP600Ms, or the piano lacquer finish, still in the box. I took them out one time, I played them, put them back in the box. So those, I don't want to ruin the lacquer finish, because all you got to do is look at it and it scratches. So moving on. Let's finish up this unit here. I've got Wharfdales. Those are Linton XP3s. And then up here I have, let's see, Glendale XP2s. Here's the other one. They look in decent shape. And then now that finishes out this unit. No more room at the end. We are completely full. And took a lot of effort. Now over to the other unit. Got a little overflow. And up top I have Dynaco 825s. Two pairs. They're both grill challenged. Cabinets aren't in terrible shape, but the grills need to be redone. Same thing with the Bow 601s. The grills are over here on the side, but they're terrible. So they have to be redone too. Cabinets need a little bit of work, but that can be done. And then I have on the bottom, last but not least, the Wharfdale Laser 100s. And they are just a little pea stained. Looks like dog or cat. That's the telltale sign of lifting one's leg. So let's move on. To finish off the speakers, we have the PSP Subsonic 2 powered subwoofer, a Klipsch R10 SW powered subwoofer, and a pair of Bose 901s with the tulip stands. I believe these are Series 6, refoamed with the with the EQ, the original Bose EQ. Bunch of silver face stuff I still have. Need a lot of work, but may work. SA200 Techniques, Lafayette, oh no, Kenwood KR 5150. I think it's 5150. Yeah, 5150. Techniques SA500. Yamaha tuner CT, I believe 800. Techniques SA404. Realistic SDA 180. Some little Bose 3-piece system. Moving down, Techniques SA500. Another Techniques SA500. Looks like a little, was that a tape deck? CD player. And then a Yamaha tuner, another CT800. I don't know what this is. Onkyo compact disc R1. This, not sure, I gotta get down. Techniques cassette deck 631. Optonica SM 3636. Tough for me to tell from here. And let's see, last two. Looks like a Luxman R3045. Oops, wrong way. And then last but not least, I don't know what this is. Let's see. Soundstage. If anybody knows what this is, I don't even know what it is. But Please comment, tell me what it is if you figure it out. Thanks. Taking it from the top, it's a DOD. It looks like this is probably more for pro audio. Looks like a two-way crossover. DOD 835. Underneath it is a Pioneer tuner, then a Yamaha cassette deck, then an NAD preamp, then a Kenwood tuner, and then a Yamaha preamp. And so we have here a old RCA DVD player, Sony receiver, Yamaha dual tape deck, and a Onkyo Integra receiver, TX65. More odds and ends here, a Tascam, looks like compressor, looks mainly for pro audio, Sony receiver, looks like another Sony receiver, Adcom, not sure, I think that's a tuner, and then a NAD power amplifier. Here's an old Realistic Lab 60. Doesn't have a dust cover. Don't know if it works or not. This Yamaha integrated amp CA1000 actually works. I gotta get that knob on there, but it works pretty good. Not sure what this is. Let's see. Yamaha compact disc player, and then a Concord. Looks like a receiver, real old one. Have a NAD tape deck, NAD, Sansui receiver, Onkyo receiver, and a Definitive Technology subwoofer. I also have some power amps. This is a QSC RMX 1450. Over here on the floor that I've been passing many times is a Onkyo TX 4500 MK2. And back here, you can just see the back of. Let's see if I can turn that around real quick. Anyway, this is it's a Technics SA 303. Front here I have I think it's an Onkyo TA, let's see, somewhere around here, just looked at it, TA 2060. And behind that, a Sharp tape deck, RT 1157. Underneath that is an Allied 8-track. Pretty old stuff. In this cart, I've got some Wharfdale, looks like 10s, some Realistic Minimus 2.5s. Here's and I don't even know what that is. What is that? Acoustic Research single speaker. I don't even know why I have that. Here's some Wharfdale. I believe those are 12s. Got a EQ. This is a ADC, and it's a Sound Shaper 110 Mark II. Underneath that is a little audio source EQ. Can't really see that right now, but beyond that, bottom of that is there's some Radio Shack Nova 7Bs. This side, I've played these before, pretty decent condition. And on top, I have some ADS. I guess they're 400s. A pair of those in decent shape. And then I'll get to these in a second. I got some L100s below those. So the move is done. Everything is packed up to the gills. Just gonna take a quick walk through here. And it's right up to the top. Come around the corner. Lots of fun stuff. So many projects, I don't even know where to start. It's kind of crazy. Now I go over to the other side. And we got racks of miscellaneous stuff, receivers there. Parts, speakers, more receivers there, a couple of turntables on top. We got more miscellaneous stuff, black face, a couple silver face in there, but got cassette decks, CD players, preamps, tuners, all that kind of stuff. More miscellaneous supplies. I gotta still organize some more in here, but some boxes that I want to keep for pieces that will be sold. Turntables back here. More stuff on this side. Top down. Let's see. Some stuff over here. More stuff over here. And I probably didn't get to video all of it, but if you see something you're interested in, just let me know. Back here, more turntables. A nice rack there, and then one more rack here. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the move. Lots of adventures still on the way. Here's the two finished units. They barely fit because I had it. I pulled everything out to where the door, it makes it just inside the door. So I hope you enjoyed this, and like, comment, and subscribe. So thank you very much. Bye.